Welcome to Introduction to Photoshop. Photoshop is found right over here on your desktop, the blue one with the PS on it. It takes a minute to load up, so just be patient. And then once you get it loaded up, the next thing I would do, I'd go right up here to File. This then allows you to get started. If you're wanting to create something brand new, you can click on New. Or if you want to open up a photo that you've already found or something that a Photoshop file that you've already started, that would be the best thing to do. If you've already been working on a project, this would be how you get there. So these are the projects I've been working on recently. So I can click on that and it would open it right up. Start to notice file extensions. See how this one is a PSD file, that stands for Photoshop file. JPEG and GIF, those are both picture images. So this is my Photoshop file and this is an actual picture. Okay, so we're just gonna do a new one today. Right here you can do default Photoshop size, just gives you a good clean start. If you want to vary something very particular, you can click on custom, but today we're just gonna do default Photoshop size. So here's my blank canvas. You can do lots of different things to a blank canvas, but for today, for demonstration purposes, we're just going to get a new photo in there. So these are photos that I've taken off of Google Images, just saved them to my computer. You can just do open, and you'll see up here Untitled and my Superman, my main man Superman. Okay, those are now two different tabs. So what we'll do now is we'll do another one just so you get it. You can also open this picture. So now we got Dwight. So we got Dwight, Superman, and my blank canvas. Okay. So let's say I want to move Superman over to my blank canvas. So I go with my first tool over here on my toolbar is my move tool. I can just click and drag. The currently selected layer is a background layer. Okay. You can either click convert to normal layer, or you can go over here to this little lock button. You have to double click on that. Now the lock button is gone. Hit OK. Now I can move it around with my move tool. So I'm just going to click and drag. Now I've got Superman over here. Usually when you first open up Photoshop, this little check mark will not be checked. That's something I would do right off the bat. I can then make it smaller or larger, depending on what I want to do with it. Next tool is the Deselect. I call it the Select tool. You can just, if I just wanted just the stars and of the flag behind him, I can then go back to my Move tool and move that small part out if I wanted to. You can use that for a couple different things. This is the Magnetic Lasso tool. This is something that also allows you to cut things off. So it traces around Superman and kind of just, it's a really smart tool. It just knows kind of what you're doing, and it looks for similar pixels, and it traces around him. The slower you go, the better it is. I'm going a little bit fast, and then once you get back to where you started, you click, and then if you look closely, you see those lines around there. That's showing you what you've selected. So then if I go back to my Move tool, you can click and drag just Superman out of there. Pretty sweet. If you'll notice, those little dots are still going around Superman. And what I want to do now is deselect him. So I go back to my selection tool, right click, deselect. Now they're two separate things. Let's go down and let's show you the eraser tool. That then allows us to then just erase all of this stuff that we're not going to need anymore. There we go. Let's see, what other tools do we want here? Oh yeah, let's talk about layers really quick before I do the next step. So over here we have layer 1, which is my main man Superman. Then right here we have our background. Okay, it still has that lock button on it. Whenever you see the lock button, just double click on it to get rid of it. So if I'm on layer 0 and I go to my erase button, what do you think is going to happen when I go over Superman? Nothing happens to Superman because I'm selected on layer 0. I'm actually erasing the background. Anytime you mess up, like, oh, that doesn't look very good, you can always hold down Control and hit Z. that takes you a step back. White's not my favorite color, so let's kind of spice it up a little bit with my gradient tool. You can do a paint bucket tool, and then your color is actually right up here. So then you have every color in the spectrum. You can just select whatever color you want, hit OK. Now you've got a different colored background. And then let's see what other tools we got here. Oh, text tool, let's do that. So this allows you just to type text into your Photoshop file. I don't know what that is, but it's there. And we're just going to delete it and move on from there. So let's delete it. Let's just pretend like we're making a birthday card. Happy birthday. I hope it's a super day. I should write birthday cards for a living. What am I doing? Okay, so up here you kind of have some basic text editing tools. You can make it bigger. You just kind of make this a little bit bigger. You can change the how it looks. Different text. This is hopefully bringing back some memories from Microsoft Word. So you can change a lot of different things. You can change the color of it. Black's kind of boring. Let's do some. What's going to look good? And this is where it gets really kind of cool. So you can try to get the exact shade of red of Superman. Like, is that it? No, is that it? Is that it? No. What you can actually do, if you notice, once I pull my mouse off of the color, I can go, see how it becomes an eyedropper? I can then go right over to his cape, click on it, and it'll actually change it to that exact shade of red that's off of his cape. Hit OK. There you go. So you can always go back and move stuff. Now you got your text tool, so now it's own layer, so you can move that to something else. Let's see what other tool I want to go over. Paintbrush, pretty simple. If you ever done paint before, you can do paint. Let's see, what else we want to do here? Oh, paintbrush, brush tool. So if you wanted to do whatever color it was, you can then just put in a smiley face, really whatever you want to do. There's a lot of other tools, but I just want to go over the basic ones today. The shape tool, right click. If you want to see the additional options on the different tools, you just right click on it, and feel free that after you watch this video, if you just want to go try out some other tools, feel free, like that's totally fine. But this last one I'll show you is called the shape tool. So if you ever want to put shapes in there, let's put a polygon in there just for that guy. There you go. Maybe that's Superman's favorite shape. I don't know. Turn him into Mickey Mouse or something. Okay. If I wanted this to be behind Superman's head, because that does not look very good at all. What I can do is the order of the layers. So if I click and drag this below Superman, it would then be behind him. Okay. Same thing with the text. Okay. The text is on top of it. So if I want the text to be on top of this shape, now it's on top of the shape. So there you go. And that's it. That's the basics of Photoshop. There's lots and lots to learn about Photoshop. You can take a whole college course on just Photoshop and you'd still only scratch the surface. There's lots of videos online, other YouTube videos. This is really meant to be an introduction for my class, what we'll be using it for, and things like that.